There is literally so much construction racket going on right now. I'm literally sure I just heard a kazoo. I'm sure I just heard a kazoo. I don't know what they would be doing with that, but I'm convinced I heard it. There's hammering, there's machinery, there's digging, there's apparently like some kind of didgeridoo going on out there, and I've no idea why, but I'm so sorry if you can hear any of it, because it's like a whole orchestra of racket. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and welcome to today's video, which is going to be products that I was influenced to pick up after I saw them on TikTok, whether these were sponsored posts, ads, or just people using them in TikTok videos. I purchased all of these products because I was influenced by TikTok at my big age. Who'd have thunk it? So if you want to see how I get on with all of these TikTok viral products, then keep watching. Okay, so yes, I am on TikTok at the big age of 39 years old. Apparently, I'm still allowed to access it. I haven't been banned yet. Now, you can follow me on TikTok, but fair warning, I do not post on there, really. Barely ever at all, really, with any kind of regularity or reliability. I love it as a platform to watch and to follow people, and I just really enjoy the like funny, silly stuff that pops up on my For You page. I don't really use it intentionally for beauty and makeup purposes. I just think, you know, the videos on there, they're too short. I can't find out the information I need. I far prefer YouTube for like makeup product reviews, but as you'll know, if you've been on TikTok, you don't get a say in what is shown to you. Stuff is just shown to you. And yes, there's some sort of AI involved in like learning about what you like and what you watch and things like that. But there's also definitely some advertising and some intentional showing of products and adverts, especially when it comes to like TikTok shop products, like products that you can purchase and sell via TikTok shop. What a little tongue twister that turned out to be. So these are typically almost all just products that went really viral on TikTok, and it seemed like every single video you watched was an advert or someone talking about these products, and I eventually crumbled, okay? I will just hold my hands up and say it happens to me too. I get influenced as well. But today I thought I would take you through the products I've picked up based on TikTok recommendations and ads, and tell you how I got on with them. How reliable are these TikTok recommendations? So let's start off with this Soleil de Janeiro. What is this called? Brazilian Crush. This is the 62 scent. There are different scents of this. This is ultimately like a hair and body fragrance mist. Let me tell you. Probably about 6 months ago, let's say, this was literally all that was on my recommended page. All that was on my For You page was people spraying this everywhere, saying it was like the best fragrance they've ever tried. So much so that I bought the giant bottle, okay? Sight unseen, blind buy, never smelt it before. This was everyone saying this was the best smelling thing they've ever had. They've never had so many compliments. So I bought the big bottle, and let's just say, it's not to say that it smells bad. There's nothing bad about this scent. It's just not what I want to smell like, and it's also just not a fragrance to me. It's like, obviously it's a hair and body mist, but this was being sold to me on TikTok as a perfume. Everyone was using this. It's a perfume. It's so beautiful. One, the scent will literally last about 5 minutes before it's fully gone from like anything from your clothes. Anything does not last whatsoever. It is a body mist. It's not a perfume. Two, this is what I used to sort of use, this type of fragrance, this type of scent when I was like at school, at secondary school. This was kind of the sort of thing that I would have enjoyed. It's just far too young for me and the type of fragrances that I like now. Obviously my tastes and my preferences when it comes to fragrance have really changed over the years as the years have gone by, and this is just no longer like the sort of fragrance that I would use. I like this as a room spray. I'm using this as a room spray. My daughter also uses it, and she is 9. So that is, I feel like, who this is for. Not necessarily a 9-year-old, but I will say that's on me, because everybody who was using this was literally like half my age probably, and it is just a preference and an age thing. And yeah, I mean, if you are my age and you love this, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Everybody has different taste when it comes to fragrance, but I think the people who are recommending this to me obviously have very different taste in fragrance, so that's on me. You know, it is important to follow people that you know have similar tastes and similar preferences, and I slipped up, okay, I messed up. I assumed that so many people were loving it that I had to love it too, and it's a nice smell. It's just not a perfume smell to me. Next, let's talk about this Tigi Bed Head. This is it's a stick. What would be a wax stick? That's how we would describe this. Now, I've seen literally every hot girl, you know, when like clean girl look was like viral. I mean, it's still popular now, but there was a very much like a clean girl aesthetic look that went viral probably a few months ago, and everyone and their mum was using this. You know, when you want to do like a slick back bun or just slick back hair in general, everyone was whacking this out, and this is like it's a wax stick. It does what it says on the tin. You just literally push it up, and once you've done your bun or your slick back pony, you will then just rub this over to get rid of any flyaways, and it just gives you that very slick look, and it also just holds everything in place. I really like this. I think it's very good. It does exactly what it says on the tin. I think there's a reason you just see people using it all of the time, and they're not necessarily selling it. It's not necessarily an ad. It just seems that anyone who's doing a slick back bun or a pony has found this to be a really great product, and I agree, it is a great one. So that was a hit for me. Next, let's talk about a product that was super popular and viral on TikTok like a year ago, maybe even longer. This one I've had for a long time, but it was originally recommended to me on TikTok. I saw everybody talking about this. Very, very popular with like dermatology TikTok. If you are on dermatology TikTok, which I pass by, I'm sometimes there, I'm sometimes not. And I do love it. I love hearing about your skin and products that work in a very short, concise way, because skincare, I am just not an expert when it comes to skincare. So I can take all the help and advice that I will get. This is the Roche Posay Cicaplast. And this is a product that is like a healing product for if you have damaged your barrier. That's what I saw this being recommended for. Anyone who's damaged their barrier, anyone who's gone and like got sunburn or sun damage, or they've had a reaction to something and you can't put anything on your face without making it worse. This is your best friend. I damaged my barrier last year with the overuse of actives. I was using too many actives. I didn't realize that one of my cleansers had AHA in it, and it was all just too much. I damaged my barrier, and my skin was furious. It was fuming. It was irate with me. And so I, around that time, saw this on TikTok, started using it, and it was literally the only thing my face could stand when it was going through that flare up. I was using it overnight, during the day if I had no makeup on, I was putting it on, and in any situations where I knew my face was going to get angry. Big example of that will be when I take my kids to their swimming lessons. That place literally makes my skin angry like no other place. It's the air, it's very hot, it's very steamy, and my face hates it, especially when it's already upset with me. And this stuff was miraculous. I've almost gone through a whole one, and I will never be without it now. I took this on my holiday last year, and again, my daughter got a little bit of sunburn on her forehead when she was in the swimming pool the whole day, which I was so upset about, because I want to be so careful with my kids and their skin, and this was so good for it. It just, you know, stopped her itching, didn't bother her at all, and it was really, really good even on her baby skin. So yeah, really highly recommend. And this came from a lot of dermatologists. You know, there aren't just influencers on TikTok. There are a lot of experts, doctors. I follow a pilot who I'm just constantly sending his TikToks to my mum, because he explains like all the noises on a plane and what they actually are. And honestly, it has helped me with like flying, and my mum with flying so much, because, you know, there are experts on there too, not just influencers. I guess they're like flying influencers, perhaps we should call them. Now, next up, this is a bit of a strange product, and I saw these on TikTok like for months before I bought them, because I just thought they're so unnecessary and ridiculous, and they are, but that's not to say that they aren't handy and that they don't serve the purpose for which they are intended. And that is these little microfiber wrist buddies. Okay, so these are like a headband for your wrists. You put these on before you take your makeup off or before you use a cleanser, and they stop your sleeves getting wet. I know it literally sounds utterly unhinged that we would be using these or that we would think that we need these. And that's why, although I saw them and I thought, oh, that's a really good idea, that is a problem I have. You know, I will roll my sleeves up really, really high before I wash my face, and they still get wet. And then there are some sleeves that are too tight to roll up all the way, so then you have to get fully undressed before you can just take your makeup off. It's a problem we've all faced, I'm sure. We're so brave. We are so brave. So I held off, and then one day I was ordering something else. I think it was some like equipment for my setup from Amazon, and I thought, do you know what, I'm gonna whack a set of these in. So I bought like, I think it was like a 4 or 5 pack of these little wrist thingies, and they are legitimately life-changing, okay? I don't have to ever take my jumper off now. I don't have to roll my sleeves up. And they are so effective. They really surprise me, because I think, you know, if I'm going really aggressive with the water, I'm doing a lot of splishing, I still think my sleeves are going to be wet. They aren't. They're bone dry. And I don't even have to move them whatsoever. Such a silly little thing, but they're so useful and they do their little job so well, and they're cute as well. They are so cute. Next up, a product that I am thankful to TikTok for every single day for showing me, and it is my Glow For It Lash Serum. Okay, this was shown to me by the brand. So the brand, one of the brand's videos like popped up on my For You page by some kind of angel sent from heaven, and it was like, the video that I saw was the owner talking about this lash serum and how great it was, and it was like a bit of a Q&A, and what caught my attention was her saying that there are no prostaglandins in here, and her lashes, the owner of Glow For It's lashes, are the best I've ever seen in my life. If you think mine are good, they're not even average compared to hers, okay? They're phenomenal. Her lashes are so good. And then just the fact it didn't have prostaglandins in it, I looked it up and it was such a good price. I immediately was like, I'm gonna give it a try. And this was when I was at the point where I was like, I'm done. I'm not gonna try a lash serum ever again, because I just didn't get on with Revitalash at all. And I didn't like how it made my lashes look. And then I saw this and I was like, I'm gonna give it another try. It's a UK-based, small, female-owned brand. It's affordable, and her lashes look phenomenal, plus risk-free with no prostaglandins. So I gave it a go, and I'm very, very happy that I did. So that was another big win. Next up, let's talk about one of the most viral products on TikTok. If you have not had this product rammed down your throat on your For You page, I don't know what you're doing, but teach me your ways. I swear to the TikTok gods that this, I literally went through a phase of like a few weeks where almost every video was this flippin' rosemary oil. Oh my goodness, the Nature's Spell rosemary oil. I've seen a million videos like against my will of this product. I'm not even really watching them a lot, because I've seen 5,000, okay? I don't need to see any more. I've made my mind up, okay? I've purchased it. I'm still seeing them. It's driving me nuts. I've never seen a product so like overdone with the like TikToks in my entire life. I'm sure if you're on TikTok, you've had these videos shoved down your throat also. So I finally caved. I finally said, for goodness sake, okay, I'll just buy it if you'll stop showing me videos about it, okay? I will buy it. I'll buy 10 if it will make it stop. All right. So this is a hair and body oil. It is, the thing about this is it's a rosemary oil that has been diluted for you. So, you know, rosemary oil went nuts on Hair Talk. Everybody was talking about how amazing it was for their hair, how it's helped the growth and the health of their hair. And this Nature's Spell one is one that is already diluted, so you don't have to dilute it. You can't use just pure rosemary oil on your hair, or apparently you will go bald. So you must dilute it. And this one is done for you. So, you know, thinking about it, it's already done. So it's early days with this one, I will say. I've been using this, I want to say maybe a month. And so what I've noticed, I would say, I think it's a bit too early to notice like new growth or new hair. Like my hairline is looking good, and I do think it's looking better. And I definitely have like some new growth like coming through, but I still think it's very early days for me to be like declaring that this has grown my hair or given me more hair. But what I will say is I love using this. I've put it in a little pipette bottle that I already had from a previous hair oil, and that's how I use it throughout my scalp. I use it on wash day, and I either leave it on overnight or just for a few hours during the day before I wash my hair. And I really, really like it. What I've found is it washes out very, very easily. It has a nice, horrendously pungent scent, unlike a lot of oils that I've used, and my hair feels super soft and healthy and bouncy and full of life, and I feel like it's less dry on the ends. So we will see how it affects like growth and whether my hair is going to get any longer and just fuller when we give it a bit more time. But so far I'm really liking that sort of initial just feel to the hair has definitely paid off. So I'm going to keep using it. It's very easy to work into my routine. And again, this isn't just something that influencers are going, oh look, this took me from being bald to having, you know, hair down to my knees, and they're actually wearing extensions. You know, this is very much recommended by experts and hairdressers and people who know about the ingredients and how they work. So I trust that it's going to pay off, and yeah, I'll keep you posted. Next up, an eyeshadow that again was super viral on TikTok a few months ago, and it made me buy it. It forced me to pick it up, and this is the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow in the shade Spaced Cowboy. So I had never really heard of this. I heard of Space Cowboy, of course. I used to have the little glitter in Space Cowboy, but this is a single eyeshadow. This was flipping everywhere. Everyone raving about this being like the prettiest eyeshadow known to ever exist. And it is pretty. It's super pretty. It has like quite a sort of little base. It's pretty sheer, but it just has a very pretty sparkle and very reflective shine to it. I think the videos that I saw, a lot of them are using flash, and I feel like it looked a lot prettier in the videos than I feel like it does on me day to day, like in the daytime. But if you're going out at night and there's going to be flash photos and there's, you know, big lights bouncing off your face, it probably do you a lot more justice than it does for me. I think because of the lack of base, I kind of sometimes use this as a topper, or I'll use it as a really beautiful, very pretty but subtle one and done shadow with just a bit of bronzer and this tapped all over the lid. I don't think it's like super dramatic as much as it kind of looked or expected it to be based off the TikToks, because bearing in mind a lot of them are using filters and flashes and everything just looks much more sparkly and reflective and glittery under those lights and flashes. But it's a very pretty shadow and I love it as a one and done shadow. It is one of my favorites from more sort of simple everyday little bit of reflection, but it's not quite as like dramatic as I expected from the videos that I picked it up for. So I don't regret it, but I think I was slightly misled as to what to expect, but it still paid off because I still like it. Next, let's talk about this Tom Ford foundation stick. So I picked this up after seeing Alex Earle, like literally using nothing else, and she always looks utterly stunning. And it just intrigued me because you know that I hate stick foundation, any kind of stick, especially stick foundation. I don't like it. I don't like using them. I don't like the application process. I'm just not a fan. They feel mucky to me, and they just always seem to get like hair on them, regardless of where that could even come from. Dust, dirt, just gets all up in here, and I just don't like wiping a stick all over my face. It feels odd to me. But I was intrigued, I got lured in, and also paired with the fact that it's the only Tom Ford foundation I haven't tried. I've got the shade in Illuminate on today, you know, that's my holy grail foundation. I also really like the soft matte. As far as matte foundations go, I really like the Tom Ford soft matte. So I also love the primer. So I thought, wow, I'm probably bound to like this. I think Tara as well, Tara Lynn, loves this stick foundation. So yeah, I was like, you know, it's time I tried it, okay? Now TikTok's telling me I need it. Let's give it a go, all right? So I picked this up, I want to say a month ago, and I've used it a good few times. I also took it with me when I went to visit my family at Easter, and it's so handy to travel with. That's my favorite thing about this. It's very good for travel. It's small and compact, and I suppose if you wanted to, you could skip a brush, or you could use your hands or whatever to blend it in, and that would be another thing you don't need to take. It's also great if you want to do touch-ups throughout the day. Obviously you can carry this in your handbag much easier than you could like a bottle of foundation. So that's all great. I will just say I really like the finish of this foundation. It looks beautiful. It is a very beautiful, natural, skin-like with some luminosity finish, just what I like. But I just don't love the application process. Nothing has changed apparently. I gave it another go, but I don't love swiping a stick all over my face and then blending it in. I feel like it takes so long and so much effort to get a nice even coverage and get enough product on. I feel like I'm there forever, and it takes a lot longer than it does with a liquid foundation. So yeah, it hasn't changed my mind when it comes to sticks, but I do see the appeal. It's handy, you know, it's very travel friendly, it's great for touch-ups, that it is a beautiful foundation. It's just the application process, it just feels like exhausting to me. I don't know if that's just me, but it does. It's a lot of work. Next up, let's talk about this Pink Honey Brow Glue. This is the original Super Hold Glue. This was another product, not just this one, but I feel like all of these like brow wax, Super Hold brow wax products are just all over TikTok all of the time. There's this one, there's Bare Brows, there's the By Ellie Brows. I feel like there's about 400 different brands that make this type of product, and they're just constantly all over TikTok. I can't get away from them. So this was the first one that I saw, and it looked amazing. I've never found like a classic brow gel that will keep my brows completely where I want them all day at all, in fact, or even get them where I want them in the first place. And that's why I started having my brows laminated, and I love that. It's so easy, and I don't have to do anything to my brows for like weeks. I love it. And this product and all of the other like competitor products claim to basically give you laminated brows in a pot. So it comes with a little spoolie. It has that hole in the middle which you spray with some setting spray or water, whatever you want. Then you use the spoolie and you apply it to your brows. Now, I used this today and I do find it very, very good. It certainly holds my brows in place, and it certainly gives me that laminated brow effect. It does, however, leave a bit of that like white flaky residue in my brows. It didn't initially, but I found that like as the product is getting like used, worn in, it's starting to do that now, which is really annoying. I guess it's just kind of loosening up in the pot maybe. I've tried it dry, I've tried it with a spray, and I really like the results, and I can get rid of the extra like residue quite easily, so it's not a big deal for me. But yeah, it's just something that I've noticed. I might try the By Ellie one next, because I see a lot of people saying that's their favorite and that one does not leave the residue, so I might give that one a try next. But I have got along well with this. It does definitely achieve a laminated brow look that holds throughout the day for me, but yes, it is a little bit tricky. And I will also say that when applying like foundation or concealer near the brows, it will get really caked up if you don't like wipe it away all around where you've placed it, all around your brows. It's going to get really cakey with like foundation or concealer when you apply it afterwards. So that's really annoying. Like, I don't want to waste a makeup wipe just wiping away residue from my brows every day. Like, that's annoying. So this was kind of a medium. I love the effect that it gives, but it's not without little issues. And finally, let's talk about my most recent TikTok influenced purchase, and these are the White's Premium Teeth Whitening Strips. These are like the latest product to be non-stop rammed down my throat on TikTok. Again, almost like every other video I'm watching is somebody talking about, raving about, or selling me these teeth whitening strips. I've never used an actual teeth whitening product before. I have sensitive teeth, so I use Sensodyne toothpaste. Sometimes I use the Sensodyne whitening toothpaste. That's as much whitening as I've ever tried to do in my life. And the reason being mostly because I have sensitive teeth, and a lot of these teeth whitening products, teeth whitening strips, are like not recommended for if you have sensitive teeth, because they're just going to make the sensitivity like way worse. And I was really scared of them damaging my teeth or just making my sensitivity really, really bad. So I've never tried anything like this before, but again, everybody was saying that these have no peroxide. So these are peroxide free, and therefore are supposed to be like fine for people with sensitive teeth. They shouldn't damage your teeth, and they shouldn't like disrupt your sensitivity or flare it up or upset your teeth if you have sensitive teeth. So I thought, what the heck, I'm going to give them a go. So I'm halfway through. This is a pack of 14 days. So there's 2 strips in each set, one for your top teeth, one for your bottom teeth, 14 like sets of strips. And I am halfway through. I've used 7. So I've been using these, I'd say 10 days. I haven't used it every single day. I think they say that you are supposed to do this half an hour. You leave the strips on your teeth every day for 14 days. And then you'll have like pearly, glossy, white Ross Geller from Friends teeth in 2 weeks time. I just feel like using it every day. One, I'm like, I forget, okay? Sue me. I forget. I can't remember to do something every day. I barely remember to get out of bed every day, okay? That's how I live. So I've definitely missed a few days. I also didn't take them when I traveled to my family. So actually I've probably been using these for 2 weeks, but I've only been using them like every other day or every few days. Now, because of that, obviously I can't claim that they haven't worked as well as they claim, because I haven't used them every single day for 14 days. I've definitely been using them less frequently than they tell you to for like the ultimate best results. What I will say is, I think my teeth are definitely whiter. For sure. I don't think they are, I mean, I've seen TikTok videos where someone claims to like, or uses one of these one time and afterwards it's like, oh my God, they're 10 shades lighter in one use. I didn't experience that. I definitely feel every time I use them that my teeth do look a hair whiter. What I think they have done amazingly is get rid of stains. So I definitely have, I mean, I am a tea and coffee girl. I also like red wine. There's a rumor going around that that's true. I can neither confirm nor deny. So I definitely have some like staining, most like in between my teeth, and literally on first use, that was almost completely gone. Like it got rid of all of my like tea stains, tea and coffee stains in between my teeth are fully gone, which I didn't even know that was like a benefit. I was just thinking they were going to whiten. I didn't really expect them to get rid of stains, and they fully got rid of all of the stains in between and on the fronts of my teeth from like tea and coffee stains. So that was amazing. I definitely think my teeth have got a little whiter, but not dramatically so. But also I don't really want them to be dramatically whiter. I'm not going for the Ross Geller effect, okay? I'd like just a subtle natural looking teeth. I don't want to look like a shark. I don't want to look, you know, like I've got glowing fluorescent in the dark teeth. I just want them to look clean and healthy and nice and bright. So yeah, they have absolutely worked, not as dramatically as I expected, but like I said, I haven't been using them every single day, so maybe that's why. They have not caused me any sensitivity. Most importantly, they haven't upset my teeth at all. I haven't got any more sensitivity than I usually do, and no problems whatsoever with that. I find them very easy to use, slightly annoying to sit there with them on for 30 minutes, but I try to do it when I'm in the bath and then I don't care. But yeah, again, pretty successful. Probably if I'd used these every single day as instructed for 2 weeks, I would have had a much more dramatic result, but I'm really happy with the result. It's natural, it hasn't upset my teeth, and it has got rid of almost all of the tea staining. So yeah, fair play to you. Okay, so there you have it. Those are all of the products that I have picked up after being influenced on or by TikTok. Pretty successful, I would say. Pretty successful. A couple of fails, a couple of products that I think are good. They just turned out they're not so much for me, or they just have little things that aren't perfect. But overall, I'd say pretty successful recommendations, really. How do you guys feel about TikToks? How do you feel about like short form videos in general? I've started doing some reels here and there and some YouTube shorts, but it's definitely not my favorite type of content. I definitely prefer long form content, and I kind of throw a reel in here and there, but I just use TikTok for like literally laughs. Animal videos, some true crime and pranks. That's kind of my jam on TikTok. I'm not really going for like makeup reviews on TikTok. I prefer longer form videos for that. But please let me know how you feel about TikTok, how you feel about short form videos in the comments section down below. Have you tried any of these products? If you're on TikTok, have you too had these products rammed down your throat? Please let me know in the comments section down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.